Talk about this book, but I gotta organize my notes first. You're welcome. Hello, YouTube. I am Erica Wren. I am the host of That Pagan Mom podcast, and now That Pagan Mom YouTube channel. And you know, I was hoping that my apartment would stay quiet, that I can hear my husband and my kid in the other room living, right? It's around 1 p.m. on a Sunday, and as happens with the podcast, you can hear them in the background. It's just proof that I am who I say I am, right? Anyways, so yeah, I'm the host of That Pagan Mom, the podcast, and now this YouTube channel. I started the podcast in January of 2024 because I kept looking for content like a podcast or YouTube or things like that that spoke to kind of the big parts of my life that kind of really inform, not even kind of, that absolutely inform how I move through the world. So paganism, witchcraft, animism, and parenting. And I couldn't find nothing that actually spoke to me in a way that was meaningful. So I was like, you know what? I could just make it myself, right? So I did. And it turns out there are actually a decent number of you who are looking for similar content because the podcast has a decent following. We get more followers every week, which I love. And so I was like, you know what? Awesome. How can I make this better? And I was like, I'll do book reviews. I'll talk about crafts. But here's the thing. You can't see the books I'm recommending. You can't see the crafts I'm talking about. So then I did the Pinterest boards, and I don't have a problem doing those, but I thought you might like to actually physically see what I'm talking about. So that's how the YouTube channel was born. All of that is to say, this channel is going to be where I showcase books. This is actually the book I'm reviewing in this video, where I'm going to talk about books, where I'm going to show you the crafts I'm doing, where I'm going to just be like, hi, let's have coffee. There is, I don't know if you can see, I don't want to spill it. Hold on. There is coffee in this mug. See, very little bit. I'm going to blooper. I'm going to put out, after I finish this, that was an earlier take of this video where I tipped the cup so much coffee spilled out onto this book. So that's fun. That's a point for the book because it's not soaked. Very durable, lovely book. Anyway, put this cup down. So yeah, that's what this channel is for. And hopefully you will all join me for this ride. If you haven't already checked out the podcast, you're welcome to do that. And obviously I'm going to point my podcast listeners here. Hello, podcast listeners. I'm glad you're here. So yeah, there's that. Also, before I go any further, these jazz hands are not just for show. They're rated EA for everyday always. I talk with my hands. If you've ever listened to the podcast and you hear a thump and then we go, oh, hit the mic. That's why. Because I say stuff and I'm like, that's what happens. So anyway, long story long, I guess, let's get into this book review. So right off the bat, this book it's Magic Child, A Bedtime Ritual by Sarah Beck and art by Nicole Revy. It was put out on January 7th, 2025, so a month ago. The publisher is Moondust Press. Moondust Press is an indie pagan and witchy publisher that was founded in 2019 by Andrea Stein. I have a few of their books. I've gotten them for Haggis. I actually got this one just because I was like, it looks cool and I want to review it. But really quick, I buy these things myself. This is not sponsored. This is me. I paid for this book. I am reviewing it. It is my honest opinion. It's that simple. Anyways, so I was like, I saw that this book was coming out and I was like, I want to review that for That Pagan Mom. So I am. Right off the bat, I need to tell you that when I got this book, okay, I did not realize it was a board book, which worked in my favor because, like I said, I poured coffee on it earlier and You can't tell. It's perfectly dry. See, my hand is dry. It's perfectly dry and all is well, right? So also, my kid is rough with books. I understand that it might hurt people's hearts to hear that, but this kid he uses books as like ramps for his vehicles he plays with his cars, his wooden trains and stuff. I will sometimes grab like board books and use them to like stand up to to hold up train tracks when we run out of blocks. Like you work with what you have, people. So yeah, this household can be really rough on board books, on books in general, but especially board books. And this one we've had it for about 3 weeks and it's doing well. It's holding up well. Granted, it's been sitting on my desk. So whatever. The point remains. It's a board book. I hadn't realized that, but I'm very grateful it is. Also, this book is listed for ages 0 to 3, but I think it works for older kids as well. Here's why. Here's the thing. When it comes to board books for younger kids especially, you want your sentences to be short and sweet because you need to hold their attention, right? Some of these sentences are a little long. There's nothing wrong with actually. That's 2 sentences. That's not too bad. Most of the pages in this book are 1 or 2 one sentence. Some of them are 2. I might have that backwards. The point is, there's no more than 2 sentences on a page, I don't think. And they're fairly, they're fairly short and sweet. Some of them feel a little longer, but it's definitely geared towards younger children. But if you have an early reader, this is a perfect book for them. We homeschool our son. Haggis is 7. By the way, that's what I call my kid on internet space, is Haggis. Anyways, so Haggis is an early reader. He's an accomplished early reader. He has a good vocabulary. He has good reading comprehension. But some stuff, he's like a regular 7-year-old. There are words he struggles with. And some of these words are going to be a little hard for him to say. Like one of the words in here is chamomile. And if you're a person on the internet, you've probably heard the chamomile thing where people are like, what kind of tea do you want? I have chamomile. Yeah. Adults struggle with the word chamomile. I wouldn't be surprised if my 7-year-old were to struggle with that word. I've read this book to him. I have not had him read it to me. Actually, that's not true. I've had him read, hold on one second. There's a page in here. I've had him read things like that because some of the pages have cursive on them. And again, I'm a homeschooler. And one of the things that people love to say in the past, 10, 15 years is, oh, the kids aren't learning cursive anymore. Which maybe, I don't know, my kid is. I'm teaching him cursive. I'm teaching him to read cursive because his handwriting is not great because he is 7. So we're working on understanding cursive, and he'll trace the letters with his finger and he can read cursive, which is great. So that's something else. So yeah, this book is it's for younger kids, and that's fine. The author and illustrator say 0 to 3. Personally, I think if you have an early reader, this is a perfect book for them. Also, it's just a really chill book. The art, which is very lovely, it's a monochrome color palette that kind of feels warm and cozy to me. I see how this is definitely a bedtime story. And it flows well. It's just, sorry, my nose itches. It's just really lovely. So yeah, I love the way the story is told. I love the content of the story. And I absolutely adore the art. I'm not going to lie to you. I love the art more than I love the story. I love them both. They're both great. I recommend this book. It's a 10 out of 10. But it would probably be an 8 out of 10 if it wasn't for the art. Because this art really rocks my socks. I love this image of the mom and the child lighting a candle. I'm not gonna lie, this cover is really what drew me in and made me be like, I'm getting this book. Because this is, I feel, very much a universal experience. I know people from different faiths, different general overarching religions, but also different paths within paganism. who all light candles with their children, either did when their kids were younger or do currently now because their kids are younger, things like that. And it's something that is part of a lot of pagan experiences for people who have children, right? And it's actually echoed on the first page. This is the first page of the book. And I just really love this imagery. It reminds me of some experiences I've had with my own son. And, you know, this is something that, like I said, it's universal. It's not just pagans and witches who light candles. There are, you know, there are plenty of religions that do. And so, yeah, it's a universal thing. Like, I think it's a very human thing. So there's that. I also really like this. This is actually my favorite page layout from the book. All right, we've got the Wheel of the Year. I love images of the Wheel of the Year. I'm a bit of a basic that way. Anyway, which there's nothing wrong with being basic, by the way. It's fine, whatever. Yeah, I didn't mean it as an insult. Please don't be offended. But yeah, so we've got the Wheel of the Year. But what I just really love that her hair holds all of the magic. It's the stars, and you know, it's what is it? Yeah, spirits, stars, and guides. So it's the stars, it's spirits, it's their spirit guides, it's magic. And I actually have in my notes right here, art, no hair talk, but I'm going to. There's so much, I guess, lore. There's so much around hair and the magic of hair and just how special our hair is from across the globe. And so, you know, we can talk about that in another video. But I just really love that is echoed in this image, because the mother and the child are cuddling and her hair is full of magic and stories and the universe. And she is able to, like, she contains that and she's sharing it with her child. And I just really love that imagery. Yes, that was intense, but it should be. I love it. So yeah, I love the art. I really love the story, and I couldn't recommend this book more if I tried. Also, since I showed you the first page, here's the last page. The mother kissing the child goodnight, and then the moon watching over the child, which is a little extra special to me because I'm just like, this book is clearly written for me. Again, it echoes things that happen in my own life. My son loves the moon. I also love the moon, so that makes me happy. But like, if we'll be walking down the street, if he clocks the moon, regardless of the time of the day, he always goes, "Oh, Mama, look, the moon!" It's so dramatic. Like, he wasn't sure the moon was gonna be there that day, and just, wow, it showed up. And I'm like, yeah, me too. You know, I keep I keep a record. Like, I pay attention to the moon phases, but he's a kid, and like, you know, he's little and he doesn't think about these things. So yeah, the whole book is really lovely. I definitely recommend it. I will say, if you're gonna pick this book up, please get it through Moondust Press. The author, Sarah Beck, has her work available from Moondust Press, the publisher of this. Hold on, let me switch the page because I have it written down somewhere. Hold on. It's there. Got like 43 pages. My goodness. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so you can get it from you can get Sarah Beck. She has another book she's written, which I'll talk about in a sec. You can get it from Moondust Press. You can get it from bookshop.org, and you can get it from Amazon. My whole thing is, it's the same price as far as I know across all three of those, you know, sellers. So just get it from Moondust Press, because then you're supporting a small pagan-owned / witch-owned, woman-owned business. So there's that. Also, so Sarah Beck has another book that she has written, and it is called The Tarot Deck Mess, An Intro to the Major Arcana. And the book itself is exactly that. It's an intro to the tarot, specifically the major arcana for children. But she also has a companion tarot deck that goes with it, that you have to buy them separately. And the tarot deck is only available through Moondust Press. So if you want to get that book and you want to share it, like read it for your kids or give it as a gift to someone, you should probably just get it from Moondust Press because you can get the tarot set as well. So there's that. Also, Sarah Beck has like a lot of people, she has a website, and on her website, she shows the art. I'm fairly certain that it's her art. Like, I think she is the author and the artist of the Tarot Deck Mess book and tarot cards. So you can see her art, but you can also view the newsletter that she and two other witchy authors put out every season. And the winter 2025 edition just came out at the beginning of February, within the last, I want to say, I think it came out on the 1st, but within the last, what is today, the 8th? So within the last 8 days. And the focus of that newsletter is hope. And it's been an interesting year so far, people, and I love the message of hope. And specifically that newsletter, that edition of the newsletter is asking people to respond with like their stories of hope and things like that. So I think that's really cool. And it's, it's interactive, I guess, in a way. You can email them and maybe you'll be included. I don't know. I'm not part of it. That's what I read on their newsletter. Also, there are back issues. So it's Sarah Beck, and then I have it written down. Who does she do it with? It's Sarah Beck, and she does it with Ariel Cousby. I hope I said that. I hope I said her last name right. And Kathleen Converse. Now, Kathleen Converse is also a Moondust Press author. I have 2 of her books from her Wheel of the Year series. And the hope is that I will be able to get more this year. Again, purchased with my own money. All of the reviews that are going to be going on for now until whenever are things I've purchased or done myself. They're not sponsored. So there's that. So yeah, check out her website. I hopefully will have it in the episode description. I'm not sure if I can post links yet. I'm waiting to hear back about that. But yeah, you can check out her website. You can also check out Nicole Revy's website if you want to see more of her own art. Like I said before, I think I said it already. Her art is really lovely. It focuses a lot on the AFAB, assigned female at birth, form. Like what people traditionally think of as the female form. I'm saying it like that because this is a trans-inclusive space, trans-inclusive channel, trans-inclusive podcast. If that is not something you jive with, kick rocks. Anyway, yeah, so Nicole Revy's art is really lovely, really, really lovely. I have 2 pieces that she has done. Like, I don't physically have them. I have them saved online. Like, I have the web pages for them saved. And I'm like, I'm going to treat myself, with these pieces of art when I reach XYZ goal I have set for myself. So they're like rewards I'm preparing to get. And those are actually the pieces Celestial Bodies and Sisters of the Land and Sea. So yeah, love, love, love them. So please check out both Sarah Beck and Nicole Revy's websites. I don't think Sarah sells anything on her website, but obviously Nicole does. And if you want to buy some of the stuff, or if you want to know what Nicole sells, she's got prints, because she does lino cut art. She has prints. She does like coasters and like, I think ornaments for like holiday trees. There are some shirts, some canvas bags, lots, cards, and like, stationery. So there's that. Also, Moondust Press doesn't just sell books. Moondust Press obviously is a printing house, but they also sell keychains, and enamel pins. They're not all in stock right now, but it's a small business. Be patient with them. So they have stickers, keychains, enamel pins, and they have worksheets. And they are like pagan kid focused, witchy kid focused worksheets. And they're not expensive. I think there's 1 or 2 packets that are like $2 or $3 a piece. And then there's other worksheets that are $1 a piece. You download them, you print them out. Super great stuff. So yeah, that is my review of the book Magic Child, A Bedtime Ritual. I definitely recommend getting it if you choose to get it, either for your own kids or for family members. Would definitely be a good gift. And if you do get it, please get it from Moondust Press, because then you're supporting an indie printing house. And with that, I will end this here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching and for riding this rock through space with me. Always remember that I love your freaking guts. And yeah, blessed be.